Hello and welcome to Sestra-Tainment.
Sestra-Tainment.
I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today with Everything Entertainment.
Everything Entertainment.
And so, sis, I think you are up first with your entertainment information for the week.
Yep. And I'm going to jump it off with talking about Moon Knight. It's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Is starring Oscar Isaac, who is playing Moon Knight / Stephen Grant / Mark Spector. Also has Ethan Hawke as the antagonist or the villain, who's playing the character Arthur Harrow. You got May Calloway, who is Layla, who is the love interest of Moon Knight. And then you also have F. Murray Abraham, which said that he played, you would know him because he did Ayatollah on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. He's the Ayatollah. Yeah. But so his character is Khonshu. So basically, just to give you a little gist about what this is about. So Oscar Isaac's character is Stephen Grant. He finds out one day that he has gotten these powers from this Egyptian moon god, whose name is Khonshu, who was played by, I said earlier, F. Murray Abraham. Mm-hmm. But, I don't have an origin story about Moon Knight to really, know anything about him. I think that what information that I did get, I was halfway asleep when I got this information up, but was that he was a villain, and then he kind of became a superhero. I don't know, I'm going to have to look into this some more. See, this is when we need Terry here. Anyway, But so far, I do like the show. It's kind of weird having the main character seem kind of schizophrenic because of the fact that he shares his body with someone else. And, it's weird. I'm going to explain how this works. Okay. So how I said that Isaac is doing Stephen Grant and Mark Spector. Right. Here's how it is. So when the show starts, when TV show starts, it's only on the third episode. So it starts, and you see this British dude named Stephen Grant, right? Okay. And he's an Egyptologist. He works at this. He works at a museum somewhere. Studies all this stuff, knows everything. Mm-hmm. Then he keeps hearing somebody talking to him, and he's thinking that's people talking to him, but people are looking at him weird, dude, I didn't say anything. What are you even talking to me for? Right. So you look in the mirror, and he is talking to himself, but it's like a more masculine, angrier version because if you look at Stephen Grant is just a little shy, timid guy. Okay. But then the other guy in the mirror, who is Mark Spector, that he talks to when he's talking to himself. He's not. Oh no, he's hey, look, I need your body now. Get out. Get out. Goodness. I need your body. This is about to happen. Something bad's about to happen if you don't give me your body. And the dude's I don't know what's going on. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah. What's happening? So it's it's the back and forth. And then also with Stephen Grant having this one, with him being an Egyptologist and knowing all this stuff, he keeps seeing these mythical creatures that are things that were on hieroglyphics back in Egypt. So he's seeing all these crazy looking animals and everything, but they're not there. Nobody else can see them. Oh. Only he can see them. Gotcha. Yeah. So then that kind of makes it kind of hey, how did this even come about? Right. So that's what I'm really into, trying to figure out how Stephen Grant and Mark Spector became in this one body, and then who was the actual person? Because Stephen Grant, being the Egyptologist, the timid guy, he has a life, he has a job. Yeah. But then the Mark Spector part of him is married.
So how is it that Stephen has no idea that there's a whole other life going on?
Exactly. Right. So it's weird. And then also with Stephen, you see one of the opening scenes, he's laying in the bed, and there's sand in a circle all around his bed, and he has tied himself to his bedpost. So with him doing this, he keeps talking about sleepwalking.
Oh, he's heading over to the other family.
And that's what it is. It's it's when he goes to sleep, then that's when the Mark Spector is just all right, this is my time to take over the body, right, and go out here and do the stuff that Khonshu wants me to do. So I mean, It's pretty deep. I'm more into that than like the action. The action is there. Like the storyline is good. The action is there.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, like I said, I'm more into like I don't even care why they're trying to save the world with like Egyptian stuff. I don't really care.
Yeah, who cares
You
about
know what
that?
I care about? I care about how this guy became two people. That's what I care about.
Right, right.
But I think about like how like so when they talk about Khonshu, who is one of the Egyptian gods. When they talk about him, then they also talking about Isis and what is the other one's? Oh God, I can't think of the other one's name now. Was it I can't remember his name. But anyway, but talking about them is like, but Khonshu is apparently the bad guy with the Egyptian like tribal commune that they have going on that's making Mark Spector take Stephen Grant's body. It's so difficult. I know.
I feel a little like lost.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult. So like they have this whole community, not a community, but they have avatars. These Egyptian gods have avatars of regular people, and they're supposed to be helping save the world from something dealing with whatever's happened in Egypt.
Okay.
So with that, I'm trying to figure out why is Khonshu the bad guy, but he doesn't have an avatar. They're making it seem like he's the bad guy, but then also he is the main, like he's the part of the main people in the TV show Moon Knight. So it's like, it's so much.
Right. It's like a little
It's
bit
a puzzle.
all over the place.
It is, but it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm explaining it wrong because, I mean, it's a little all over the place, but I mean, I think it's one of those shows where until you get to the end, kind of like how they did, what was the name of that one with the Olsen girl? WandaVision. And then when you first watched WandaVision, you was like, what
in the world am I watching? Right.
And I feel like that's how it is with Moon Knight because I'm just like, what's going on? Okay, how about this?
Did I miss something? Like, what's happening? Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. It's like each episode takes you further and further to getting to all of the information.
Gotcha.
So we're picking up little breadcrumbs right now. So yeah. But yeah, check it out. It is Moon Knight and it is on Disney Plus.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I saw that was going to be a Disney show and it was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I had no clue who Moon Knight was. Like, I never even heard
me either.
of a Moon Knight. So, interesting. Yeah. All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, all right. So what do you have?
Well, I have, kind of stepping away from talking about a particular show or particular movie, I'm just going to talk about which shows are being renewed and canceled in 2022. Okay.
Oh, so cancellations.
Yeah, there are some cancellations.
Am I going to be sad?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how many of these shows you would actually have watched. And some of them, by cancellation, it means more like this is the last season and everybody knew it was going to be the last season kind of thing too. Yes. So for NBC, just to kind of give some insight, we have renewals of Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, all the Chicago shows. Yeah. But Ellen Game of Games is being canceled. So that's like
I don't even know what that is.
It was her with the game show and
Ellen
the people,
DeGeneres.
And they're flying all up
it's so
in the
crazy.
air and doing
it's
all that kind of stuff.
When you say Ellen, I'm like not thinking Ellen DeGeneres because I always say Ellen DeGeneres. And I was talking to my friend and I was like, yeah, Ellen DeGeneres said this. She was like, why are you saying Ellen
her
DeGeneres?
last name
And I was like,
time. It's just
because
Ellen.
that's how I just say her. Yeah. Because like I don't know, you might think I'm talking about an Ellen that lives around here. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So the famous Ellen. Okay, got it. So then Law and Order SVU is being renewed for its 24th season.
Jesus. Yeah, they're gonna outrun The Simpsons.
Maybe, I don't know. And then but Maury is in its final season. He had already announced he was retiring from it. So You Are Not the Father. That is going to be going away at the end of the fall of 2022. Mr. Mayor was renewed. New Amsterdam.
Mr. Mayor in Amsterdam, okay.
Yeah, New Amsterdam, they say, will end after 5 seasons. Okay. So that one's probably going to be ending. Ordinary Joe was canceled after 1 season for anybody who started watching that. Heard of it. The Blacklist is renewed for season 10. Okay. So that's that. Kelly Clarkson's renewed for her talk show. Right. This Is Us is ending. So its season will end late May. Okay. And Transplant, for anybody who was watching that, it was renewed for season 2. And Young Rock.
Oh yeah,
with,
I like Young Rock.
yeah,
That's
The
cute.
Rock.
That's cute.
So yep. So for ABC, Abbott Elementary renewed for a
Yes.
second season. Yay!
Hey.
Yep. American Idol, the fifth season, came back in February. So this is like the reboot of American Idol. Blackish, we already knew was ending, so they were finishing up their airing. You have the Celebrity Dating Game. That one was canceled. I don't even know who was on that one or who was acting on that. You have Celebrity Family Feud renewed for an 8th season.
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy renewed for a 19th season.
Good God.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Grey's Anatomy had been on for that long.
Yep. The Match Game canceled. I believe that is the one that Alec Baldwin was facilitating. And with everything going on with him, I'm pretty sure it makes sense that it was canceled.
Oh, yeah, facts. I forgot all about that.
Promised Land, it was canceled, but the first season will still stay on Hulu. Okay. So Hulu will have The Promised Land.
Okay.
But it won't be any new after that.
Yeah, okay.
Station 19 renewed. The Good Doctor renewed. The Hustler is canceled, but The Rookie is renewed. And then the $100,000 Pyramid's renewed. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's on hold. They haven't decided yet if they're going to bring that one back. CBS. So we have
nothing's going off of CBS because nothing ever leaves CBS.
CBS is almost like if you get a show on there, to me personally, I always feel like older people just keep CBS on from the time that Young and the Restless comes on.
When they wake up at 5:00 in the morning and they turn it on to make their oatmeal and applesauce and their toast.
Gosh. Oh goodness.
It's on.
It's on, and they watch Gayle King, and they move on throughout the day. They watch their Young and the Restless,
Guiding Light.
They watch their
everything.
No, The Bold and the Beautiful, and then they keep going. And the next thing you know, their 6 o'clock news is on, and they watch their anchors. And then the next thing you know, it's on until whoever comes on.
And then they watch
at night. So, but
they probably fall asleep trying to watch the 11 o'clock news. They probably fall asleep and then leave the TV on all night, and they get up in the middle of the night, cut up. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Barb Hart's Abishola is staying on, and that's renewed for a 4th season. I love that show. That's cute. You have CSI Vegas renewed for a 2nd season, but Bull has been canceled because that guy kind of was a little bit canceled. I can't even think of his name right now, the main actor on Bull. But he was leaving the show because they were saying that he was making it like a unsafe work environment for the females there, and he was kind of causing some issues.
He was like stalkerish. Michael Weatherly.
Yes, so he was leaving the show, and I guess they decided to just go ahead and cancel the show because he kind of was the main character of the show.
Kind of looks like it. Okay.
Ghost is renewed for a 2nd season. I heart Ghost. It's so cute. I'm going to talk about that one day. Dr. Phil. That one is renewed through 2023. They already know that they wanted to keep Dr. Phil.
Wait, Dr. Phil's on CBS now?
The interesting thing is it's syndicated. So he records it for CBS, but it can show up on any station.
I'm going to say, because it's on OWN, it's on...
the reruns are probably on OWN. But it can be that you record, like Ellen could be recorded for ABC, but it could show up on CBS based on the market and who picks it up. Okay. So that's kind of how that goes. NCIS renewed for Hawaii, Los Angeles, and the normal NCIS. And then we have Survivor renewed for season 43 and 44. Bold and the Beautiful renewed. Drew Barrymore Show renewed. The Neighborhood renewed. Young Sheldon renewed. Then we go to Fox. Your 911s renewed. So
I know that's right. I love the 911s.
So season 5 premiered in March, and then you have The Lone Star. That's season 3 is airing as well. Bob's Burger renewed.
Yes.
The Cleaning Lady renewed for season 2. The Family Guy, Hell's Kitchen. I Can See Your Voice was renewed for a season 2, which we were noticing it was a British show that became a U.S. show. They have a Lego Master show, which I didn't even know was a thing. And so that's on MasterChef. The Big Leap is actually being canceled for anyone who watched that after one season. The Real is being canceled. And the Simpsons is being renewed for season 34.
Yes.
Yep. And then the CW. So we have All American renewed for season 5. You have All American Homecoming that premiered in February, and that seems to be doing okay. Dynasty renewed. Charmed was had a season 4. Nancy Drew, also season 4. Penn and Teller, Fool Us, renewed for season 9. Riverdale, renewed for season 7. Roswell, renewed. Stargirl, renewed. Superman, renewed.
Roswell? Okay.
Yep. The Flash, renewed, and Walker, renewed. So the CW seems to renew a lot, other than my favorite, which was the 4400.
Yeah,
it was
the
canceled.
Fofo
The Fofo was canceled. And then lastly, I'll just talk about Netflix a little. So Netflix is renewed for Dead to Me, but it will be for its final season, the 3rd and final season.
Oh, okay.
Afterlife is renewed for season 3. Emily in Paris renewed for 3 and 4. You have Love is Blind for seasons 4 and 5. Manifest was renewed for a 4th and final season because it was on NBC and they moved it over to Netflix.
I didn't know that.
Ozark is in its 4th and final season. The Outer Banks is renewed. Russian Doll renewed for season 2. Selling Sunset season 5. Sex Education season 4. Stranger Things returns for season 4 in May, and it is renewed for a 5th and final season.
Oh.
Yep. Sweet Magnolias, season 2 was renewed. The Crown will have a 5th and 6th season, which the 6th will be the final. You renewed for a 4th season. The Vikings.
I like You.
Yep, the Vikings seasons 2 and 3, and Virgin River renewed for seasons 4 and 5. So that's kind of some of the shows. I have a little bit more in regards to Amazon Prime Video, but that's like The Boys is coming back, and Wheel of Time is coming back. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, as you already know, renewed for a 5th and final season.
I'm gonna cry.
And on Apple TV, C is renewed for a 3rd season. The Servant for a 4th season. Ted Lasso for a 3rd season, and The Morning Show for a 3rd season. And then on Hulu, How I Met Your Father renewed for a 2nd season. Only Murders in the Building, a 2nd season. The Great, a 3rd season. The Handmaid's Tale renewed for a 5th season. The Hardy Boys renewed for a 2nd season, and Orville for a 3rd season. So it's a little bit of everything everywhere in regards to different shows. But I just wanted to take a little bit of time to walk through that because I feel like, there's some things that people haven't had a chance yet to watch. Some things people might have been thinking, oh, I want to watch that. But then they may say, oh, it was only for 1 season. Maybe it's not going to be worth me even getting started watching it because there's nothing there that I'll be able to finish the story.
Yeah.
And then things that have gone on for 34 seasons. I mean, talk about a binge. Like you can just watch some of those things forever.
If you can watch them for the rest of your life, it feels like.
Yeah, all of those kind of things. So, but yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about. Some of the renewals and cancellations. Things like The Walking Dead are final in their final season. They're being ending on their own. This Is Us is ending on its own. Blackish is ending on its own. So there's a lot of shows that are just ending on their own, but these are some that are being canceled and renewed, thankfully. So that's what I have.
All right.
What about you?
All right. So what I have next is I just want to do a couple of honorable mentions about some things, and then I'm going to go into what I'm going to say. So it's going to be really quick. First of all, just want to do actually, it's not really an honorable mention. It's like a recap because I've already talked about these before. So now Bridgerton season 2 has came back. They got rid of, what is the dude's name that everybody fell in love with? Reggie, whatever.
Yeah, Reggie. Yeah, I don't remember what his name was on the show, but yeah.
Yeah, but so the Duke is gone, and now the whole storyline is about the brother of the girl who married the Duke.
The main
the Duchess,
character last time.
So apparently, I guess that's what they're going to do, is they're just going to have it where people just fall in love. And there's always going to be mixed couples, I'm guessing.
Each season. It's new
Each season,
people.
yeah. And it's mixed couples, so I like it. It's cute. All right. But so far, I feel like the passion was not there as the first one was.
Okay.
But it's still good, though.
Right, and it's because of the fact that I think they made the first show a certain way and not realizing that people were going to expect the second show to be pretty much the same thing, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And so, because the first one was kind of racy, like it was a little bit much.
Yeah. I mean, the second one is like it's not as it's not as passionate as
Right.
the first one.
Yeah.
The first one was like basically softcore porn. That's what it kind of looked like.
Oh Lord.
I mean, yeah, it was basically like that.
Yeah.
But then the second one was like it's actually a storyline of them talking, and then it's like the friction of like I don't like you, but I like you.
Right,
like
right.
Yeah.
Which is typically what happens in different kinds of movies. Is where somebody doesn't like somebody, then they do.
Yeah. And then my other honorable mention I want to talk about, just an update about Bel Air. Watching it today, just to catch up on it. Why did they have the I was going to say the original Aunt Viv, but the second original Aunt Viv, VA's own Daphne Reed.
Oh, she's on the episode.
Yeah, they have her on there, and they have the original Vi, who is Will Smith's mom on the original Fresh Prince. They have her on there too. So it's the Aunt Viv. It's Aunt Viv from Bel Air, played by Cassandra Freeman. Her walking into an office, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you all here." And they're just like, "No." She walks into the door, and they're just like, "Oh, you didn't expect to see us here?" And I'm like, "Yo!"
Yay! Who knew?
So yeah, I was really
that's
excited
cool.
about that. So yeah, so Vernie Watson is also in it. So that's what I do, like updating on that. And the show is basically going how the Fresh Prince of Bel Air was. So yeah, that's just my two really quick honorable mentions. But I do want to go ahead and talk about YouTube is streaming Coachella 2022 on 3 different stations on YouTube.
Oh, interesting. I did not realize that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I was YouTubing something, and then I came up and I was like, Coachella, what? And then like it has everything on it. So I just want to go ahead and just talk about the things that I saw.
Okay.
So I clicked onto one of the little channels, channel 1. Actually, I clicked on like 3 different channels, all 3 channels. But channel 1, I'm looking at it, I'm like, who is that lady? She looks like Shania Twain, but that's not Shania Twain. That's Harry Styles. Wait, who is this girl? Comes to find out, feel like a woman. She heard that Harry Styles bought Shania Twain out
to sing he
yes.
was performing in
Yes,
Coachella.
and she did I think she did 2 songs with him.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of cool. And then he went on to talk about how when he was little, he used to sit in the car with his mom, and his mom used to sing the song. And he used to sing the song with his mom, and his mom taught him how to sing and everything.
So moment.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cute. But like how they have it set up, I believe, with the 3 separate channels is that you can watch different stages in different days, different performances on each channel.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. But just to go ahead and talk about the lineups. So like I told you, Harry Styles bought out Shania Twain. Billie Eilish is there. Yeah. It's like 300,000 like performers. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it's so many. Yeah. Billie Eilish, Phineas, The Weeknd, Doja Cat, my favorite, by the way. Stromae, you know our boy Stromae. Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Baby, Daniel Caesar, Big Sean, Snow Allegra, Vince Staples, Thundercat, Giveon, Disclosure, City Girls, Carly Rae, Jepsen. Like the list goes on and on.
Is this the one that Kanye was like, "Yeah, I'm not coming"?
Yeah, I think he wasn't coming this year or something like that. I don't know.
He was invited, supposed to perform, and I feel like he said
Yeah, I think he backed out of it at the last minute because they did have his name on there, but then when I went back to look at another list, he wasn't on there. But I think he said he wasn't going to perform because I think they took the baby. Not Lil Baby, but the baby. Okay. Off because of him saying that stuff about homosexuals on his stage.
Oh, yeah.
So from that, then they canceled a whole bunch. They canceled him for a while, but now he's starting to make his way back. Okay. So, gotcha. But it's like amazing lineup. I would definitely like want to go one time, but I wouldn't want to be like in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
And it's a lot of people. It's
a lot of people, and I don't even know how expensive it is. Like
I don't know, but like where
these
people?
It has to be pretty. Pricey.
Yeah, because you stay in like tents, don't you? Like you're in the middle of the desert, right?
Is this the fire? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, but but I mean, like I know that everybody's out there all day. I know there's like a whole bunch
Burning Man and all this.
Yeah, and I know that it's like a whole bunch of psychedelic drugs going around. I know people are not like taking a shower and stepping in water like they should be. So I know it's hot and funky. They probably have food vendors. I'm sure the food is probably like, oh, you want some French fries? $45.
Probably you're in the desert.
You're in the desert. Where's you gonna go? Yeah, right. You want a bottle of water? $35. So like they were like so. Basically, I just know that it would be an experience. It's like the new Woodstock. It's been
I think that's what they kind of, built it up to be to the most
new
part.
Woodstock. So that's all I just want to talk about is how YouTube is streaming Coachella this weekend for, I don't know how long they're going to be doing it. I don't know if they're going to keep it up for free or if there's going to be like they're going to put it on YouTube TV and to see it later on. But so far, you can watch it right now.
And Coachella's 2 weeks, right? Weekends, right? Like
2 weekends.
Two different weekends.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. It said general admission, $449 to start.
Per day?
It doesn't say. It just says that's the minimum plus fees for tier 1, which probably means you're way in the back.
Yeah.
And then the next tier is $474. The next tier is $499. The only tier that's available right now for purchase is the $549 tier. And that's tier 4. So I'm assuming that gets you up close and personal, so to speak. Yeah. And so you can't buy any more than 4 tickets or passes per, I guess, tier, so to speak, per person, I guess, And so basically, and then they have another one, $633. They have a $1,119 VIP package.
Yeah, so I think that might be like for the weekend, but that might just be for one weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's just for the one weekend.
And that's per person. It's like, $1,500 for you.
Oh, and they have car camping passes where you can park your car and camp for $102.
Yeah.
And preferred $266 and tents for $102. I don't know what that is for exactly. Like, is it per night or what? Yeah. And then so they have a lot of different options. Like things are getting the more I scroll, the more expensive everything gets. So there's certain things on here that are like $5,366.
Yeah. I'm not into music enough to pay that much to go see a whole bunch of artists that are only going to do like 2-3 songs and get off stage.
Right. Because I
understand there's a lot of artists,
much,
but what if I don't want to go and see who did I say? All right, so let's say that I wanted to go and see Doja Cat, but I didn't necessarily want to go see Snow Allegra. But I do like Snow Allegra. But I didn't really want to see her. So now I'm paying all this money to go see Doja Cat. But I have to wait for all these other people to perform that I don't even know.
Well, that's when you go and get something to eat and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then you know what? I know, and then I might miss my spot up front.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking about.
That's a good point.
But no, it's on YouTube streaming, so definitely check it out.
It's probably the best seat in the house.
Oh, absolutely.
Watching it on YouTube.
Absolutely, in the comfort of your own home.
In the comfort of your own abode.
Yeah, right.
All right.
All right. So what you got next?
I actually am calling an audible because I was going to talk about something else, but then once I was going through all the cancellations and new shows and things like that, I was like, Ghosts. I think I'm just going to talk about
Ghosts.
Right off of the cuff. And so I really enjoy the show. I wasn't even planning to watch it first and foremost. I actually was looking at Why Women Kill on Paramount Plus. Because I have a membership, and I was like, okay, let me just watch this after it comes. That particular show doesn't come on regular CBS, and it's about women who kill people and the whole comedic story behind that. And I don't think they're real stories, real life stories. It's just different stories of why women kill. So know the thing about Pam in this scenario. But
exactly.
And as I was watching that, I was seeing that there was this preview for something that was called Ghosts. And I was like, okay, Ghosts, this is kind of a weird show. And so basically, I decided I'd go ahead and watch an episode. By then, I think by the time that I actually got around to looking at it, it was about 5 episodes in, something like that. 30-minute quick sitcom episodes. It's on CBS. And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and check out an episode. And I love it. It's so cute. Really? It's like a cute show. It's not like a ha-ha hilarious show. It's just a cute show. So it's about a girl. Her name is Samantha, played by Rose McIver, or McIver. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. McIver. And she's married to Jay, who is Urkesh Ambakar. And so basically, they are a couple who find out that her aunt has passed away. And when her aunt passed away, she leaves this mansion to her niece. Okay. And the husband, so they decide, okay, let's go check it out. So when they go to check it out, they realize, oh my gosh, this could be our dream of opening our own bed and breakfast. Like maybe this is what we need to do in order to have our own bed and breakfast. Yeah. And so they decide that they are going to do that and, move in and kind of sell everything, go fix it up and have this wonderful bed and breakfast business. Well, at one point, the wife, Samantha, trips over a vase that accidentally fell on the floor, and she falls down some stairs, hits her head, has to go to the hospital. By the time she comes back, she sees all the ghosts that are living in the house.
Okay.
Yep. So the thing was, then they kind of go back and show that, this guy named Trevor, and he's played by Asher Grodman. Trevor actually can be a ghost that can touch things. Like all the ghosts have different things that they can kind of do.
But he can like move stuff?
So he can like touch things, and if he tries hard enough, then he can finally like move something.
Okay.
So he was trying to show somebody that he can move the vase when he accidentally knocked it off of the thing, which made it fall on the floor. So they felt terrible that they did this to this woman, thought they had killed her. And so, and they're always looking for, if somebody dies, then they're waiting to see what happens to that person's spirit. So there's instances in which somebody might die, like they showed back when the aunt died, right? Okay. She died, and she was in her bed. She died before she left the house, and her body just automatically got sucked up into heaven. So they were like, she's like, you see her hanging over top of her bed and looking at herself and like, what's going on with me? And they're like, oh my gosh, we have a new person that's joining us here in this house. And then all of a sudden, she gets sucked into
so they're in purgatory, and she's gone up to heaven.
So you don't know why all of them are in like this purgatory state, so to speak. But you have Sassapus, who is Native American, and he's there, and he was known as like Little Feather or something like that. So he always has a feather that's in his hair. You have Flower. She was a hippie. You have Hetty, and Hetty is actually Samantha's like great aunt or grandmother or something like that. Like she's up her chain of command. And so she's very proper and very whatever, and she's like, you can't do this, you can't do that. She's very like always has her corset on and, everything like that. You have Brandon Jones, who is basically, Captain Isaac, and they just call him Isaac basically. But anyway, so he is funny because he's almost like Hetty, where he's very specific and, I was around with Hamilton. And then he found out in one of the more recent episodes, come to find out another character, Alberta, one of the African-American characters on the show, she can talk to Alexa. So they brought in an Alexa, brought it into the house, and they thought only the humans could. So they're always bored because they're like, leave the TV on so we can watch TV. There's nothing else to do in this house,
I got you.
So then when they found out that there's an Alexa, right? And the poor girl, Samantha, is always trying to explain to her husband, Jay, what's going on? Like, Pete's standing beside you. He said he wants to watch the game with you tonight. And he's like, okay, Pete, high five. And they can't high five. Because,
exactly. Because Pete's hand's going to go right through him, and that guy's not going to feel nothing.
Exactly. So it's just a cute show. And so what ended up happening, though, with Alberta is that she ended up like saying, oh, wow, I would really love to hear some Marvin Gaye right now. Like, let's get it on or something. Like, just like, I just wish Alexa would play. Let's get it on. And then all of a sudden it starts playing and she was like, oh my God, wait. Can Alexa hear me? She's like, I am a god.
Right? Because black women are magic.
And she's so excited. And so then everybody else in the house is like, play this, do this, do this. And she's like, now I know what Samantha goes through. Y'all are always using her to do things for you because you can't do them for yourself. And now you're trying to get me to do these things for you with Alexa. And she's like, the shop is closed. I'm not going through all of this. So anyway, but it's just a really cute show about a woman who can see ghosts, and thankfully her husband doesn't think she's crazy.
I like him. I think he's a good actor. He's
good.
Funny.
He's so funny. He's so funny. And so, and the way that their dynamic works is great, but also how they don't skip a beat with her being able to know exactly what's going on with them. And you do find about each one of their backstories, about why Pete has an arrow going through his neck and he's dressed like a Boy Scout.
Oh, so you can still see like how they died.
Yeah, you get to see during the show how they died.
So but I'm just saying, but like Pete's walking around with an arrow through his neck?
Yep, Pete's walking around. So however you died is how you look. So one girl's a chainsaw, so she has a big chainsaw mark on her back all the time. Like she can't get rid of that. One guy is like, I don't know, he's like a Viking, so he's always wearing the Viking garb. Poor Trevor, he died with no pants. So he has to spend purgatory in no pants. Oh. And you're thinking like, and he said, it was because I ended up making out with this woman who was the limo driver when we all came up here to do this thing. And then I took a bunch of cocaine and whatever, and I died. and I didn't have my pants on. But in reality, that's not the story.
Not what happened.
It was something else that happened that you'll get to watch and see, how he actually died. But it's just, like I said, it's a cute show.
It's a cute little show. Okay,
and it's 30-minute watches, so it's not like it takes a long period of time. And the actors in there are really good at playing these different characters in time,
now,
basically.
Is this CBS?
Yeah, CBS
Okay.
slash
I didn't know if it
Paramount Plus.
I didn't know if it came on like regular CBS.
Yep, it comes on regular CBS, and then if you want to watch it like
new episodes on Thursdays.
Yep. And so it did take a little hiatus, and it came back, and it's having quite a few more episodes. But I just have really liked it, and I think that's why I was able to talk about it off the cuff, because it's like one of those shows that's just super cute, and they have different scenarios coming on. Like even one of them was about how they're finally open to be an Airbnb, and the husband is like cyber stalking somebody, and it's like, oh, so this couple is coming, and they have a dog named this, and this, and she's like, wait a minute, hold on, are you following them?
Well, how do you know
they're celebrating their 30th anniversary, but they didn't get to go because of COVID. So then this and that, and it's like, okay, you need to stop stalking our people, kind of thing. So, so it's just different real life kind of to a degree things with ghosts.
It's cute.
So cute show. So that's it. Right. It's just called Ghosts right there on either Paramount Plus or CBS.
All right, I like that. All right, so I'm going to talk about your husband, your boo-boo.
Oh, my boo. Okay.
So we're going to talk about...
Not in real life?
Not in real life. Not in
real
my
life.
mind.
Okay.
Yeah, in your mind. In my mind. All right. We're going to talk about our great national parks.
Okay.
With the narrator of former President Barack Hussein Obama.
There you go.
Okay. It's a 5-episode documentary that talks about the most beautiful national parks and all the wildlife that live there. I am really big on documentaries about animals. Mm-hmm. Love it. David Attenborough, I can go to sleep listening to him.
Yeah.
I can listen to him like all the time, and he's calming. But you know what? President Obama's coming for your job, David. You gotta watch yourself. But no, it's really good. He did a really excellent job. Like he even talks about he talks about him growing up in Hawaii. He talks about going to Kenya for the first time and like meeting his father's side of the family and everything. But he does like talk about everything else. And I didn't realize the amount of national parks that are in different countries.
Yes.
Yeah. Patagonia, thought it was a clothing line. No. It is a place in Chile
that has a beautiful park.
That's a national park.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was just in the United States or anywhere in the world.
No, it's all over. Okay. So I'm like, man, this is pretty awesome. And then the animals are the cutest things. Look, everybody, I want you to go to Google right now, and I want you to type in Cod, K-O-D. It is the cutest little cat, and they grow to be half the size of like an indoor cat, and it looks so precious. It looks like a cartoon.
Are they dangerous? That's what I need to know.
I'm pretty sure they're very ferocious. It would probably kill you, but it just looks so precious.
It is very cute. Yeah. It's like a leopard cat,
like a lynx. Yeah, like a bobcat.
But is tiny.
But it's like a miniature bobcat.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
It's like Puss in Boots. That's where they got Puss in Boots from. That's what it is. That's what I'm going with. Hey, Puss in Boots was feisty.
Don't walk up on it.
Yeah, I'm not. Never. Then also Google a poodoo. It is a miniature bear. Not bishop bear. It is a miniature deer, and it only gets to 3 feet tall at
How do you spell it?
Growth. Pudu.
Oh.
Full grown, 3 feet tall.
Poodoo deer. Yep, I'm Googling it as we speak. Oh my goodness.
It's so precious.
Where is that at?
It's in Chile.
Oh, that's in Chile too. Oh, a little teeny baby deer.
No, so it's so many precious things, and then there are some things that scare you to death. Okay, just want to throw this out there. Orcas scare me.
Orcas?
Yeah. Free Willy, you got the ocean. I am good. Because when I watched this orca kill like this big massive whale, it was like 4 orcas just killed this whale. And like how they hit the whale so hard that it knocked it out of the water.
Oh my goodness.
What?
And then they...
Like, how fast were you swimming, homie?
Right, to get that close to it. And these are the ones that used to be in SeaWorld that everybody was swimming
like swimming with. You stick your head inside of the mouth.
Whales. Right, exactly.
What? No, oh, God. Okay, yeah. Orcas, you got it. All right. You get all the respect. Mm-hmm. It's like, so it makes me, like, watching this makes me think, who's really at the top of the food chain? Because I don't think it's us.
Yeah, well, they always, I mean, but you got to think it's the kings of the animal kingdom, or, I don't know, marsupials or whatever. But, like, you know, I mean, they always say that lions are the most ferocious and, like, the king of the jungle, so to speak.
Put a lion in the ocean and see what happens. An orca's going to kill it.
An orca is not going to be. But that's
orca ain't going to have it.
Because I think it just depends on what area of the, because there's so many different animals in different parts of the world. Like, you know, like you said, you go to Chile, you see these that you've never seen or couldn't see anywhere else.
Exactly, yeah.
You go to Mexico, you're going to see things that you just wouldn't see anywhere else. You come to the United States, you might see things that you wouldn't see anywhere else. So
like Australia. Like
Australia with the koalas. Kangaroos.
Like kangaroos.
And all of that kind
and they say that people in Australia hit kangaroos like people in America hit deer.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Just be in the streets.
It's like, it's just out there. It's just like, oh, watch out for the
kangaroo.
Yeah, watch out for the kangaroo. Exactly. They're just out there. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's really good. It's really amazing. I do like it. Apparently, there's some kind of slug that eats another slug. That's like a hammerhead slug that's long that eats another slug. I don't even know. But I don't want to be around it.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's almost too like...
And you can't tell how big it is because they zoom in with the camera. So I don't know. It could be the tip of my pinky. I don't know. Or else it could be 6 feet long. I don't know. But I don't want to be around it. Okay?
Yeah, you don't want to be around it. But the good thing is it's also teaching you for if you ever go to any of those countries, what things to be on the lookout for, what things to be aware of.
These are also things that are just like out in the wilderness, not anywhere where anybody are living.
But you don't know. Because
that's how they have it on the show. Like,
I guess what I'm thinking though is like, say if you are in Chile and somebody is like, oh, we're doing a archaeological hike through X, Y, and Z. Well, then you could potentially come across a little tiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not going through the Patagonia because there is a little tiny cat that can kill all of us. No, we're not doing it. Yeah. There's a slug that's the size of my hand. That can, like, suck my foot off. No.
People do safaris all the time and are out there, right there with it. So you could potentially be that person out there.
They can potentially be, because D is not going to potentially be
I'm going to be. You would never do a safari?
Absolutely not. I have no reason to.
Oh, I would so do a safari.
No, see, here's the thing. It's called the wild for the reason.
No, I get that and I understand it, but just the excitement and adrenaline rush of seeing the animals in their natural environment unharmed. This is not.
But see, that's the thing. It's not natural if you're there, like staring at them, and it's all these people around them.
But I'm saying they're just doing their thing. You're in a vehicle. They're still doing their thing of hanging out or chasing down a zebra and killing it.
Well, what if they think the truck is a zebra?
Well, then they'll jump on the truck and maybe dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
hey, that's the price.
Update your life insurance. Let me know before you go. Okay, let me know before you go.
Update my life insurance. Right.
But no, it's. I really do like how it is. Barack Obama does have a great voice for it. Okay. Whoever wrote it, really good. The way that they have like different things said. I like the way that how they word things is really good. The filmography is beautiful. I'm like, how much, like, one thing I'm thinking is like, how long did y'all record all these animals before you put this documentary together?
Yeah, it's probably years.
Yeah, and then also it's like, do you actually know what's going on? Or do you making up stuff?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, is this really the mom and dad of this particular little baby, exactly. Or is it that y'all are just
one of the things? So one of the things was pumas. It was, you see pumas, right? Mm-hmm. So it's this mama puma. She has her 3 little cubs. Okay. She can't find dinner because she can't. Like, she has to leave the cubs in order to find dinner, and they keep following her. So she's like running away, and she like keeps them somewhere. She lays down, and then she just runs away from them, and they're just all like meow. Oh, mom, so sad. So then she goes and she's trying to get I want to say it was like a gazelle or something. I can't remember what it was, but well, it wasn't gazelle because this is Chile. But anyway, but she's trying to get something. She couldn't get it, and like how a puma can attach onto the back of like something the size of a horse and hold on while the thing is bucking.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like trying to bite its neck and it couldn't bite its neck. And then you see this thing just turn a little bit, and it had a long neck and it just turned a little bit. And then the puma fell off and then it started running away. And I just knew that that animal was dead. Mm-hmm. But no, it was smart enough to know that, hey, the puma's weight is on my back, so if I turn a little bit, it's gonna flip off, and the claws are gonna come out, and then I can run away. So then the puma comes back, looking for his babies, can't find his babies, starts like screaming. You ever heard of puma?
No, never heard of puma scream.
It does not sound like a regular cat. It's not like a wow. It's not like that. Like it's not like a wild cat. Mm-hmm. It sounds kind of like a bird. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird sound. Super weird. Okay. Yeah. But then when she does find the cubs, you know, and they're all happy, and they come up and they hug her. They have their little paws around her neck. But she's like, but you could tell, it's like, I could look at her face and just be like,
she was disappointed in herself for not bringing back food for her children.
And then she's walking with them, and then she finds this carcass. So she starts eating on this carcass, and then this other puma starts walking up. And all the little cubs, they're like scared and they're starting to back away, but the mama puma is still sitting there. And then they say in the documentary, "Oh, this is her cub from last year." How do you know this? How do you know this?
This cub just walked up from anywhere.
Yeah, this whole other puma.
You got a little tag on its
ear.
Yeah,
there's nothing. Yeah, you ain't got no tracking devices on them. Like, how do you know? Oh, somebody was just like, you know what? Here's what we're gonna say. Yeah. That cat didn't move when this one came over, so let's gonna say that's this kid.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat.
Yeah, it's not a threat. They a family. And I'm just like, y'all don't even know.
Yeah, maybe they don't. Or maybe they did. Maybe they tracked it all. Maybe it was like while one team is watching the mama and the other one was watching the other one to see if it came back. And I mean, you just never know. But
but I mean, it's really beautiful. I found out where a lot of national parks were. I would definitely watch it again.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those things, like, if I like something a lot, I'll watch it a couple of times. And it's definitely something I would watch again. Some of it I didn't like too much because it was just like, I don't know, it kind of like, it was looking at things I'd never seen before in my life and being like, I don't like that that's out here.
Oh, that it's even in the
world.
I'm
going to fast forward through this. Yeah, something like that. But other than that, I mean, like, it was good. I'm going to fast forward through like two things. And then some of this stuff is like something that I've already seen on some other National Geographic stuff. And it's, talking about the same stuff, but it's just different.
Which park would you say that you thought maybe was
Patagonia.
That was the most beautiful.
It has it had the most stuff in it, and it's like it had the cut.
So would you go there?
No, they let them live.
So no, I'm saying, so although it was a beautiful national park, which means it is a place that people can go and walk around and enjoy, you wouldn't go to that national park.
No, because I just like the fact that nobody can do anything to this area.
To that. It's like a nature preserve.
You're not going to build up an apartment complex right here. I just like the fact that nature is being nature. Yeah. And I'm trying to stay away from nature. I'll see it on TV. That's fine. Let me know about it. That's fine. Yeah. But I don't need to be back there.
You don't need to physically go and see it.
I don't need to sit right there with you, homie. You good.
Okay. Cool.
But I would want to cut though.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Oh, yeah, check it out. Our Great National Parks on Netflix.
Okay, great.
All right, so what you got last?
Last thing I have is Death on the Nile.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that was on HBO. It came out and it has, it's an Agatha Christie story, like Murder on the Orient Express and things like that. Yeah. So growing up, I would just read so many Agatha Christie books.
Oh, Agatha Christie has a show on BritBox. I'm going to tell you about when we get off of here.
Okay. I'm going to check that out automatically. It's a done deal. Yeah. Yep, exactly. So this one is a story of Hercule Poirot, which I just love saying, Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah.
Because that's how he says his name?
Yeah, that's how he says it. So it begins with the H, but it's Hercule. Yeah. So anyway, but he is a investigator. Yeah. Like, he's a guy
He's a detective, right?
Yeah, he's a detective, and he's always, it seems like murders always happen around him, which is kind of weird because, it's like, are you bringing the murders or are you solving these murders? And so basically it has a cast of Kenneth Branagh. I can't know. Branauh. So Branagh. Brana, maybe. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know him. He's a guy who's been in a lot of different things. So he plays Hercule Poirot in Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile. He's been in Belfast, Hamlet, Thor, Harry Potter's, like different kinds of things. He looks a little like Ewan McGregor to me. So
nah,
you don't see it?
No,
I see it. Anyway, well, he has a full mustache. He looks like Ewan McGregor to me. So anyway,
okay.
You have him playing Hercule Poirot. Then you have Gal Gadot playing. She's Wonder Woman, of course.
Gal Gadot.
Yep, Gadot, and she is playing Lynette Ridgway, a wonderful, famous woman,
yes,
and rich woman. And then you have Armie Hammer. He's on here as Simon Doyle. You also have Emma McKay in here as Jacqueline. You have Russell Brand as a doctor.
And he did really good.
He did really good.
Oh my God. I almost didn't recognize who he was when I first saw it.
No, I recognized him, but he just he's actually acting.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I was like, wait, he looks so familiar. And I was like, is that Russell Brand?
Yeah, exactly. You have Annette Bening. She's on here. And you have Letitia Wright, who was actually on Black Panther.
Okay,
So and I loved one of her lines in there. She was like, I have never known anyone to say Hercule Poirot as much as you do Hercule Poirot. That's saying his name. I am Hercule Poirot. And everybody's like, oh, wow, the wonderful detective, kind of thing. So anyway, in regards to the flow of the actual movie, it's kind of about... basically a murder that happens on the Nile. This particular couple comes together and they're married. And the interesting thing about that is that, so the one girl, Jacqueline, is dating Simon, Armie Hammer. Mm-hmm. And Jacqueline is played by Emma McKay. And so, which I'm like, this might be Armie Hammer's last movie because all of the drama came out about him and cannibalism and everything after that. So he might be done. And so, anywho, so what happened is that he and her were dating, right? So Simon and Jacqueline. And then all of a sudden he meets Lynette.
Yeah, who is Gal Gadot.
Yeah, who's Gal Gadot's character. And you almost see this instant chemistry between the two of them. And they decide to go on the dance floor and just do a little innocent dance that didn't end up being so innocent. And the next thing you know, Jacqueline is high and dry, and the other two are going to get married. And so they did. And the whole time, Hercule Poirot is like watching the whole thing happen. And so finally, he is asked if he can go on this journey with them through the Nile. They're a little nervous because they said Jacqueline is always trying to come after them, or Jacqueline. And so therefore, they're like, she's following us our whole honeymoon. Like, we really want to take this trip on the Nile as opposed to going back home because we're kind of nervous. We feel like she's kind of coming after us. So can you come on this trip just in case something happens? We'll have an investigator with us. Kind of is the way that it goes. And then that's how the story ensues. So there's things like boulders falling off of big Egyptian things.
Big
like,
Egyptian statues.
Statues. And it's like, how did that happen? It's gunshots that are taking place. Yeah. It's a murder, of course, because it's Murder on the Orient Express.
I got a question. That statue that they came up on, is that a real statue?
It looked like a real statue from my time. Look, from my time in Egypt.
Yeah, from your days.
It looked like one in Luxor, maybe at the Karnak, and I think that's what they had said. They were at Karnak, and I was like, okay. And so, but it did look like one of the actual real statues. Although you're not supposed to climb up on them. Like
but I'm just saying that's the actual spot. It's not they made a fictitious spot.
Exactly, and just like they did with the guy who was climbing up on the pyramids. Like I saw people up on the pyramids when I went, but they said that it was illegal to climb. Oh no,
it is definitely illegal.
But I'm saying so people were doing it even though it was illegal to do. So I was
one of my friends. Remember he had a video.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, if anybody has the opportunity to go to Egypt, by all means, please do. It's a beautiful place.
It's life-changing.
It's life-changing, and it will make you wonder how in the world with such limited technology, no wheels, no nothing, that they can make statues and pyramids to the sky. Yeah. I was standing beside an actual statue and I wasn't even as tall as the feet of the statue. And it's like, how in the world did they do this, you know? So it's amazing. But back to the movie. So it's really all about trying to figure out who was the murderer And then multiple people maybe start dying. So
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, who is going around doing this and killing people? And for what gain are they doing this? Okay. So what is that scenario? And it ends in a very interesting way. So some of you may have seen the original Murder on the Nile. That was a movie from years ago. And so this is kind of a remake of that. But it was just a very interesting way of seeing how they make the twists and the turns and all of these different kind of scenarios to come up where you're leaning towards it being this person. And then you're like, nope, can't be that person. Maybe they're dead now.
Oh, I got it. I got it like right when I first watched it.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I figured out part of it. Okay. But then I didn't figure out some other elements because as different people died, it was different elements to it that I was like, well, what I'm thinking wouldn't make any sense of why that person had to die. You know what I mean? So then it was like different things were kind of going through my brain. But but I just enjoyed it. It was, again, Death on the Nile. Yeah. It's on HBO. It's a great
You're thinking
movie
of Murder on the Orient Express. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, because I've seen both.
Yeah, I know, I've seen both too. See, that one I didn't know anything about. I was like, wait, hold on. What's happening?
Right, that one was good too.
Yeah, because I couldn't figure out who was the murderer.
Who did what? Yeah, so it's kind of interesting when you do watch these kind of. I mean, the way Agatha Christie's mind worked for these type of movies was amazing, and so I would highly recommend anything Agatha Christie for you all to check out. And if I do watch that BritBox one, then I'll be probably talking about that one too.
I'm sure you're going to watch it.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us again this week for another episode of Sestra-Tainment. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.